degrees Celsius. When operated as an engine, it receives 1,000 kilograms per kilojoule or kilogram. Kilojoules per kilogram. Find the coefficient of performance or COP when used as a refrigerator. So a Carnot machine can be used as an engine or as a refrigerator. So meron siyang different formula ng efficiency for the refrigerator and engine. So unahin natin yung if the Carnot machine was used as an engine. So yung formula natin. So alam naman natin na ang formula ng efficiency is P out over P in. So dito, lahat ng formulas na ginagamit natin is in terms of temperature. Okay, so ito yung gagamitin natin for engine. So the efficiency of engine is equal to 1 minus the low temperature over the high temperature. Minsan lumalabas to sa objective questions. For a refrigerator naman, that is efficiency is T high temperature over low temperature minus 1. That is the formulas for their efficiency. For COP naman or the coefficient of performance, ang gagawin lang natin is simply the reciprocal of the efficiency. Divide lang natin siya. Yung 1. Inverse lang natin. Okay, so try natin. Ang tinatanong dito is the COP when used as a refrigerator. So gagamitin natin tong formula to find its efficiency. So we have the high temperature. Kaya again, take note, pagka kumukuha tayo ng efficiency ng isang machine, you always use the absolute value. So you can use Kelvin or Rankine. So again, huwag tayong gagamit ng Celsius and Fahrenheit scale. So high temperature, ito siya, we have 200 degrees Celsius. So mag-add tayo ng 273. Then divided by the low temperature, we have 20 degrees Celsius. So plus 273. Then minus 1. So we have here 493 or 473 divided by 293 minus 1. So 0.614. Finally, pwede mo nang hanapin yung COP by taking its reciprocal, so 1 over 0.614, and that is approximately equal to 1.63. Ayan, so this letter B. So itong COP na to, magagamit nyo to pagdating ng power plant sa electrical engineering kasi mostly ng mga problems doon, yun nga, under siya ng efficiency, ng COP. Ano pa ba? Mga about, ano lang din siya, about heat energy. Kasi nga diba ang power plants natin, it converts mechanical to electrical energy. Dadaan yan sa isang heat. Meron siyang heat loss or heat dissipated. Okay, next number 20. Number 30 na tayo. So tayo sa 29. Okay, 30. What is the change in internal energy of air cooled from 1,000 to 200 degrees Fahrenheit? So again, ang hinahanap dito is the change in internal energy, or that is your U. And again, ang delta U natin is equal siya sa alin? Sa Q kapag wala siyang work done. Tama. Kasi di ba Q plus W ito kanina. Okay, so from here, pwede ulit natin gamitin yung formula natin for MC delta T. And again, take note, yung C natin dito is CP. Okay, so M. Kung titignan ulit natin yung choices, naka energy per mass. So i-divide ulit natin to both sides by M. So delta U over M, that is equal to C delta T. So dito sa problem, wala ulit siyang ginamit na C. So ito yung gagamitin nating C. For an ideal gas, CP is equal to 1.003. That is in BTU per pound mass Fahrenheit degree. So we have here 0.003 BTU per pound mass Fahrenheit degree multiplied by the change in temperature. We have 200 degrees Fahrenheit minus originally 1000 degrees Fahrenheit. So yung lalabas dito ay negative. So para siyang approximate na lang natin. Approximately equal to negative 800 BTU. So that is letter B. Ibig sabihin lang meron siyang loss na negative. So that is letter B. Okay, use CP pag hindi siya na-specify. Okay, next number 31. The compression ratio of an ideal air Otto cycle is 6:1, given that P sub 1 is equal to 14.7 psi and T sub 1 is equal to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Find the pressure and temperature at state number 2. Okay, so this Otto cycle is under our isentropic process. And yun nga nabanggit ko kanina na each of those processes, di ba 5 yun, meron tayong different formulas na ginagamit. Okay, so before tayo mag-solve, i-present ko na lang siguro sa inyo yung mga formulas na ginagamit sa individual processes. I think meron ako na-prepare dito. Paki-picture na, screenshot na lang siguro. Okay, so this is the processes of an ideal gas. Unahin natin yung isometric process. Isometric process is also called your isovolumic kasi nga under siya ng constant volume. So pag tinanong kung anong gas law ang related sa kanya, siya yung constant volume. So we have your Gay-Lussac's law. Ito yung mga relation, yung formula ng Gay-Lussac's law. Formulas for the non-flow work, W sub N. Meron din po tayo ditong change in internal energy. Okay, ang ginagamit dito is CV. Okay, pag change in enthalpy, yung nabanggit ko kanina, okay, always use CP. Pagka ito naman, change in entropy, yung delta S, according dito, ang ginamit niya is CV din. So, ginamit lang yung CP nung change in enthalpy. Lahat na ng MCAT na ginamit niya is CV na. Ito rin yung formula natin for your steady flow work. So, meron tayong W sub N, non-flow, and steady flow work, W sub S. So, kailangan natin kabisaduhin yung formula. Next is for your isobaric process. Isobaric process, ito naman yung under kay constant pressure. So, Charles law ang ating isobaric process. Okay, so ito yung formula natin for Charles law, tama. T2 over T1 or T1 over T2 is equal to V1 over V2. So for its non-flow work, ito yung kanyang formula na ginagamit. For its steady flow work, ito, sabi nga dito, ang steady flow work is equal to negative change in K. So what is change in K here? Ito, equal to the energy leaving the system. Sabi niya dito. Also, kung titignan natin yung change in enthalpy, CP pa rin yung ginamit. Dun sa heat transfer, CP yung ginamit. Internal energy and entropy, magkaiba. So parang ang CV lang na ginamit dito is yung internal energy, yung U. Okay, for isothermal process, ito naman, mas madami na naman siyang formula. So isothermal process, this is constant temperature, so Boyle's law naman ito. So kung papansinin, ito yung formula natin for Boyle's law. For non-flow work, ito naman yung gagamiting formula. For steady, ito naman yung gagamiting formula. Okay, nakat ko yata yung formula. Papakihanap na lang kung ano yung steady flow work formula niya. Change in enthalpy. Take note, for isothermal process, ang change in enthalpy niya is 0. Bakit? Kasi nga Boyle's law po yan. Constant temperature. Delta T is 0. Change in enthalpy is 0. The change in internal energy is also 0 kasi nire-relate natin yung dalawang yan. Ano pa? Kailangan kailangang aralin. Ito, non-flow work. Memorize na lang yan. Change in entropy. Ito yung kanyang formula. Heat transfer Q. Ito yung formula. Para siyang MRT lang din pero meron siyang ln of P1, P2. That is for isothermal process. Next is isentropic process. For isentropic process, ang constant sa kanya is the relation of PV raised to N. Okay? Yung N natin, ulitin lang natin. This is your polytropic index, which is ginagamit lang din siya dito kay polytropic process. Okay, yan yung mga formulas natin. Okay. Mas madaming formula sa isentropic and polytropic. Kung titignan natin dito, may mga zero lang din. Just like ito, so change in entropy, change in heat transfer, nag-equal to zero. Mas mahalilito lang tayo sa formulas kasi dito eh. Napakadami. Ganon din sa ating polytropic process. Okay, ganon lang din siya pero ibang-iba na yung kanyang formula. Sa isentropic process, PV raised to N is constant. Okay? But yung ginamit na N doon is the specific ratio. Wherein doon sa ating polytropic process, as in N yung ginamit, which is the polytropic index. Okay, so polytropic process, that is raised to N, yung polytropic index natin. But for isentropic process, yung ginamit na N doon is the specific ratio. Like naka-raised to K yung PV natin. Dito ba may zero? Wala. Bukod sa kinetic and potential energy. So lahat sila merong formula for internal, heat transfer, enthalpy, entropy, WS and WN. Yan. Mas madaming formula ang polytropic process natin. And mas marami rin siyang relation kasi ito. Tingnan natin. Ito tatlo lang din pala siya. Okay, so yan, ulitin ko lang. This is for your isometric. This is for your isobaric, isothermal, isentropic, and polytropic process. Pwede sana ako magbigay ng example pero baka hindi abutin ng time natin. Tingnan natin kung mamaya kung aabot. Okay, balik tayo dun sa first application na number 31. Sabi natin kanina, ang Otto cycle is under siya ng isentropic process. So again, pag isentropic process, yung relation natin ng constant is with respect to PV. So PV raised to N is constant pero yung ginagamit nga na N dito is the specific ratio. So we have here P1 V1 raised to K is equal to P2 V2 raised to K. So kung titignan natin, ang mga given lang is the compression ratio. Compression ratio is your small letter r at ang compression ratio is defined as the ratio of the volume. So volume of the first state over the volume of the second state. Binigay niya dito yung ratio natin which is 6:1 or that is 6 over 1 or 6. So pwede kong i-relate yung dalawang volume na yan. So V1 is equal to 6 times of V2. Also, ito pa yung given natin. Meron tayong P at the first state. We have 14.7 PSI. We have temperature at the first state, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Ang tinatanong is the pressure and temperature at the second state. So from here, I think pwede na natin kunin yung pressure using this relation. So P1 is already given. We have 14.7 multiplied by V1. Take note, yung K dito, doon lang siya sa may V naka-raise, hindi doon sa buong quantity ng PV. So V sub 1 is ito siya, that is 6 times V sub 2 raised to K. Take note, the gas used is air. So gagamit tayo ng K na naka-raise to 1.4. is equal to unknown P2 times V2 is V2 raised to 1.4. Ito pwede kong paghiwalayin to as 6 raised to 1.4 multiplied by V2 raised to 1.4. Okay, so ito magka-cancel ito. Si V2 raised to 1.4. So we can now calculate for your P2. That is 14.7 times 6 raised to 1.4. So 180.6. That is PSI. Kung anong unit na ito, yun din yung susundin natin. So PSIA. So based from the choices, we can now cross out letter D. Naka-gauge yung ating pressure. It's either A, B, or C. May prove natin kung sino dyan by finding its temperature using what relation. Tignan natin sa mga isentropic process natin, mga formulas. Anong relation? So, pwede ito. Kasi meron tayong temperature at saka volume. Meron ba? Yes. So, itong gamitin natin, T2 over T1 is equal to V1 over V2 raised to K minus 1. Kasi yung pressure, okay lang din yung pressure kasi nakuha na natin kanina. Siguro ito na lang yung gamitin natin. So, V1 over V2. So, V1 over V2 na naka-raise to K minus 1 ay equal to, sabi niya doon, P2 over P1. T2 over T1. Okay, so pwede na. T2 is yun na yung unknown. Yung T1, ito siya, we have 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Pero take note, sabi natin, gagamit tayo dyan ng absolute value, so plus 460. That is equal to V1. Yung V1 over V2, ito na siya. That is the compression ratio. So we have 6 raised to K of 1.4 minus 1. So T2 is equal to 6 raised to 1.4 na naka-minus 1 yung ating exponent times 68 plus 460. So 1,081.17 degree Rankine. So yun na. You have our answer here, that is letter A. So yun talaga yung mahirap dito. Kailangan may memorize yung formula. Okay, so that's for number 31 under siya ng isentropic process. Siguro maghanap na lang ng mga problems regarding these processes para makapractice mag-solve. Paano pag hindi binigay yung K? Hanapin kung air. Pero talagang kung walang binigay, you can find the value of K using your CV and CP. Tama, at saka yung R binigay natin kanina. You can use the relations. Okay, 32. The barometer reads 29 inches of mercury. What is the absolute pressure if a vacuum gauge reads 9.5 psi in SI unit? Tinatanong dito yung absolute pressure. So, naibigay na po natin yung formula ng absolute pressure kanina. That is atmospheric pressure. What is our atmospheric pressure? Wala. Pero nagbigay siya dito ng barometric reading. A barometer is a device which measures the atmospheric pressure. So, ito yung ating PATM. We have here, gamitin ko na lang siguro to, 737 millimeters of mercury. Yung nasa choices, naka kilopascal, so we need to convert. Calculator ko. So, millimeters of mercury to pascal is conversion 27. Pero take note, yung conversion 27, naka-pascal, so dapat ma-divide to ng 1,000 para maging kilopascal. Okay? Then minus. Bakit minus? That is a vacuum gauge reading of 66 kilopascal. Yan na yan. So, convert lang natin yung 737. Convert natin using conversion 27. Divide natin ng 1,000. Then, i-minus natin yung 66. So, we have 32.26. That is in kilopascal. So the answer here is letter A, 32.2. Okay, next number 33. An engine has an efficiency of 26%. It uses 2 gallons of gasoline per hour. Gasoline has a heating value of 20,500 BTU per pound mass and a specific gravity of 0.8. What is the power output of the engine? So kanina, nag-provide tayo ng formula for the heat energy, which is pwedeng si sensible heat, MC delta T, or si latent heat, which is your ML or MH. So doon, try nating maghanap ng formula na pwedeng gamitin sa power. Let's try CQ equals ML. Bakit ito? Meron kasing binigay dito na heating value. Yung unit ng L tama is BTU per pound mass. Dito lang naman natin magagamit itong given na to. Okay, so energy pa lang to, pero ang required dito is power. So try nating i-derive to both sides. Okay, with respect to time. So ang derivative ng energy with respect to time, dq dt, is equal to the derivative of the mass with respect to time. Ito constant to, so lalabas lang yung L. Okay, ito, dq over dt, energy per time is power. Tama, joules per second, power. Times L, times ito naman is yung mass flow rate natin. So para siyang mass flow rate times yung ating heating value or the heating capacity. Yang formulang yan, magagamit nyo yan pagdating ng power plant. Kailangan nyo ng mass flow rate. Ito yung mass flow rate natin. In terms of mass per unit time. Okay, so itong formulang to, this is your power input. Pero kasi kung may binigay na specific gravity, minumultiply natin yan. Kasi itong formulang to is for water. Okay, for water only. Kasi naka times 1 lang yun. Kasi di ba ang specific gravity niya is equal to 1. Pero kapag meron siyang ibang binigay na fluid, ita times natin ito ng specific gravity. Okay, L times ST. Merong iba't ibang formula na ginagamit. So pagdating nyo ng power plant, yung QWH naman yung makita nyo doon for the power input of hydro man to. Try natin. The mass flow rate, binigay dito yung mass flow rate niya, 2 gallons per hour. And take note ulit yung conversion natin ng gallons in 1 gallon, 8.345 pound mass. Okay, then per hour, ang sabi niya doon. Okay, and take note, kilowatts yung given or yung choices, so dapat yung R i-convert natin to seconds. Kasi nga, kailangan natin ng joules per second. So, in 1 hour, we have 3,600 seconds. Times yung L natin, which is ito, we have 20,500. That is in BTU per pound mass. And take note, ang kilowatts ay joules per second, so we need to convert BTU to joules. Yung direct conversion na lang siguro natin kanina. In 1 BTU, we have 1,055 joules. Okay, kulang pa ba? Yes, ng specific gravity 0.8. Okay, check natin yung power input. So 2 times 8.345 times 20,500 times 1,055 times 0.8 over 3,600. So 80.22. That is in kilowatts. Kaya ang pinapatanong dito is the power output. So efficiency is P out over P in. So para mahanap yung output, i-multiply lang natin yung input na nakuha natin ng efficiency, which is 26%. So times 0.26. So we have here 20.86 kilowatts. Okay, so answer natin 20.8 kilowatts. So letter D. Okay, yung formula yan kasi is for ano kasi yan, for water. Since gasoline kasi yung ano dito, yung fluid, kailangan i-multiply yung kanyang specific gravity. Okay, next number 34. A refrigeration plant is rated at 20-ton capacity. How many pounds of air will it cool from 90 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit at constant pressure given CP 0.24, again without the unit. So hinahanap dito yung mass flow rate. Pwede pa natin magamit nung kanina? Parang hindi kasi wala siyang binigay na heating capacity. Pero dito nagbigay siya ng temperature. Okay. From 90 to 70 degrees. So I think yung isang formula yung pwede. Si sensible heat is equal to MC delta T. So again, pwede ko siyang i-derive. So ito with respect to time. So ito dq dt is equal to dm dt. Ito constant tong dalawang to. So again, your power is equal to the mass flow rate times C delta T. Ang problema, wala siyang binanggit na power. Pero nagbigay siya ng 20 ton, which is your mass. And itong mass na to, may equivalent siya into power unit, which is in BTU. Okay, per hour. So, ang conversion natin dito in 1 ton is equal to 12,000 BTU per hour. So magamit ito pagdating ng power plant sa electrical engineering. So from here, pwede ko nang hanapin yung mass flow rate, that is the power divided by C delta T. So we have here power of 20 ton. I-convert lang natin yung 20 ton. So times natin yan ng 12,000. That is in BTU per hour. Divided by C. C, ang binigay 0.24. Wala ulit siyang unit, so susundan natin yung nasa choices. That is BTU per pound mass Rankine. Rankine kasi nga Fahrenheit given. Times delta T, we have initial or final minus initial, 70 minus 90. That is in Fahrenheit degree, so cancel dun sa may Rankine. BTU, so maging sagot natin dito is pound mass per hour. So 20 times 12,000 over 0.24 times 20. Again, negative yan, ibig sabihin there is a loss. So we have 50,000 pound mass per hour. So we will choose letter A, sakto, 50,000 pounds per hour.